Hey, I'm Shan, mama of the girls. This is Cozy Womb Podcast. I discuss everything parenting and kid affiliated. This is season 17, and I appreciate you listening. Parenting isn't about being perfect. It's about being better so our kids have more opportunities. It is that time. I am back, and I got things to say. Let's go. Welcome back to Cozy Womb Podcast. My name is Shan. I am the mama of the girls. This episode is an informative one. You can do your own research. I am not targeting one company over the next. I'm more so giving eyeballs to what is going on around us so we can see that the U.S. government sees the people that live in this country as test rats for companies to make billions of dollars, for systems to make billions of dollars. And I want you guys to see how we are being controlled through our food. We are being tested through our food, and our bodies are attacked through companies wanting to manipulate our food source and have these farmers basically throw away the organic crops, dump their crops, paying them to not grow, certain fruits and vegetables and sell it. They want to be in control of what we put in our bodies so they can see how it affects our bodies and then turn around and sell us those drugs years later when our bodies are all jacked up off of them selling us genetically modified foods. And I want to talk about it because over the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, we're going to see our kids react and deal with what's happening with these foods and drinks in a long-term way with their bodies and their thinking. Okay? It's all being manipulated, and I want to talk about it. Welcome to Cozy Womb Podcast. I don't think this episode needs parenting news. I just have a lot to talk to you guys about. And I think you should know about and you can read up on yourself. But today I do want to talk about the Bioengineered.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
Engineered food that has been approved by the FDA, the US FDA, and whoever else is approving what's on our shelves in our grocery stores, in our supermarkets, in our Whole Foods, in our Walmarts, in our Krogers, in our Ingles, all of it, right? Now, this is episode 22, I think. There are a lot of foods here in the U.S. that are illegal and banned in other countries, and I will talk about that later on in this episode. But I just want to talk about how the word GMO has been replaced by bioengineered foods in America to throw you off. For people who don't know what bioengineered is, it's still GMO. It's still additive processed foods that can alter your genetics and weaken your immune system. Okay? Now, We are in a pandemic. Why would they approve foods that are altered in a lab that is sped up for growth and making money for these companies that are going to possibly give us reproductive issues, aka population control, diabetic issues, which we already have with the sugars that's in these foods anyway, and respiratory issues in a pandemic? Why would they approve that? And it's only because these companies would rather make money off our lives than to provide longevity and healthy living for our kids. And most of the food that it is in is foods that our kids will eat on a daily basis. Okay? Think about it. They are increasing companies' money. All right? They are making label requirements that throw you off if you do not know what bioengineered food is. It's on almost anything in the grocery store, even our fruit and our produce. Like, it's on there. It is altering our DNA. Some onions are found to have plastic in it. Any foods that have soy, corn, sugar, canola oil, chips, grape leaves, eggplants, apples, pink pineapple, anything with high fructose syrup, it's in there. Lucky Charms has a chemical in it called trisodium phosphate, and that is basically a cleaning agent, lubricant, stain remover, and degreaser that is in your children's magical cereal. All right. What is bioengineered food? What is it going to do to you? It's basically food that has been altered and created in a lab. It's not real. It didn't come from a true seed. And even some of the seeds that are for the produce have been manufactured. Some people say food is tasting different. I want to put it past them. A lot of farmers for the last 2 years were told to kill their crops, dump their crops. Family farmers were being paid to dump their crops. We saw a lot of those videos over the pandemic last year. It's greed. They want to be able to control where we get our food and make us have to buy the food that they're providing. If you look into the videos and you read up on it, bioengineered sensors are in the food, listening to our brain cells to see how we react to this food, these chemicals, checking your nervous system. So what can we do? Right? What can we do with all of this that's going on? Because no one here in the U.S. controls their food. You can grow vegetables, but where did you get the crops to grow the vegetables? Where did you get the seed? A lot of plants, they are taking the female version of the plant, so you can't reproduce the plant, so they can control the plant. The preservatives and the pesticides that they're spraying on these plants are not good for us. Okay, it's all being ingested into our bodies. So what are we going to do? Do you know what's in your food? I think all we can do, because eventually, them altering our food, my nose is itching, it's going to lead to new diseases. It's going to lead to more cancers. It's going to lead to a difference in how our kids think. I think all we can do is up our iron, up our zinc, up your sprouts that you're eating, up your green tea, up your blackberries, up your leafy greens, clean them properly. If you think about it, bitter foods are the healthiest to fight against cancers. Cranberry, bok choy. All right. Really make decisions on what you want to eat and what you want to feed your kids. All right, so let's get into this list of U.S. foods that are illegal in other countries. All right. Now, me personally, I don't give my kids soda. If they do get soda, it's because somebody else took them out and they get 1 cup of soda somewhere. And that's probably like once every 6 months. Like, I really don't give them soda. I rarely have juice in the house that they want to drink. Most of the juice in my fridge is real tart cranberry, ginger drink that is in their strain that they don't want, coconut water that they don't want. So some U.S. foods that are illegal and banned in other countries is Mountain Dew, because of the veggie oil that's in it. Can be used as a fire retardant, and it leads to memory loss. Okay, then you have Skittles that is banned in other countries because of the yellow 5 that's in it. Instant mashed potatoes, it's basically a human carcinogen causing cancer. Bread products here in the U.S., what is it? Is carbonide. It is used to make yoga mats and shoe soles. That's the chemical that's in that. And what's so crazy is when I was pregnant with Anya in 2012, going into 2013, I couldn't stand the smell of Subway. And I would smell Subway and it would make me so nauseous. And even after I had her, I still can't stand the smell of Subway and the bread. And a lot of the bread was leading to a lot of issues with people because of all the preservatives in the bread. It wasn't necessarily what they were putting on the sandwich. It was the bread itself. So that was interesting to me. Nutri-Grain bars. Now you would think Nutri-Grain bars are healthy because it has blueberries in it and oats and all of that stuff, but not all oats are created equal. Okay, so Nutri-Grain bars is actually filled with a lot of starches, dyes, and blueberry bits with a lot of sugar. Okay. This is a podcast spotlight where I spotlight a podcast that is not mine, but I like, and I want you to know who they are. Welcome to the podcast spotlight. My podcast spotlight today, instead of a podcast spotlight, I would like to let you guys know that I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Shannon Pods. So please go check it out. Leave a message, leave your thoughts, or share it to your Facebook, your IG, your Twitter, or your TikTok. I would appreciate it. And don't forget to leave a like, share, or review on the podcast. Let's get back to what is in our food because it is some nasty things going on. I think parenting is better when you're comfortable. And if you would like to get comfortable in some of Cozy Womb's merch, you can find it at the Cozy Womb shop with Teespring. And for the moms out here doing mom's work, we appreciate you. You can do it. We can see this through together, mentally, emotionally, and physically, as long as we share the truth with each other and learn to ask for help. Check out Mama's Cozy Closet with Teespring from Mama Gear. Now back to the show.
Here we go.
Back to the show.
Back to the show.
Okay, so that's banned in a lot of countries outside the U.S. Frozen dinners, like your Hungry Man dinner and all of those things. A lot of plastics are found in there, so a lot of countries ban it. Prepackaged ground meat, because of the filler pink slime that's in it and the high amounts of ammonia that they use to spray it down with. A lot of pork that is sold in the U.S. is banned in other countries to be eaten because of the ractopamine that causes headaches and tremors in people. But they sell it here in the U.S. and they give it to people, and it's coming off the shelves and it's going into people's plates at home, and they are eating it up. And then they are turning around and looking to companies to help them with how they feel. Why are we doing this? All this information I'm not getting, out the air. It's on the internet. It's in books. It's in speeches. It's in conversation with doctors. Ritz crackers has chemicals in it that are banned in other countries. Swiss rolls, the yellow 5 and red 40 in the Swiss rolls is very high. Coffee Mate coffee creamer banned in other countries. M&Ms, because of the coloring in there, banned in other countries. RBGH, growth hormones that is found in milk to increase the milk output from cows, which explains a lot of these children looking bigger than usual. Like all of this, how can we make fast production? How can we get more sales? How can we make more of it faster? Has people genetically modifying foods that are supposed to go in our kids' mouths, and we are dealing with the results in their behavior. We're dealing with the results in their size. We're dealing with the results in the fact that they can't focus, they can't remember things, they have a short attention span. We even have a music industry that's trying to figure out how they can make shorter songs, because the attention span of people today want it quick, fast, and they want to be on to the next. So long to those 7-minute songs. Everything's faster now, and I think faster is not better. Okay? Drumstick ice cream. Listen, I'm an eater of it. Banned in other countries. Frosted Flakes, because of the BHT flavor enhancer, carcinogen causing cancer, found in Frosted Flakes, banned in other countries. So I'm not saying the foods that we have here, they absolutely do not sell in other countries. They do, but the ingredients is more natural. The ingredients is things you can spell, things that are not harmful, which tells me that the U.S. has outsourced their resources and their food so much that they have to rely on chemicals to stretch out the time frame from the food being created, manufactured, and bagged and boxed and shipped to the U.S. to be sold. In order to do that and still make double the profits of what they put in, or triple the profits, they have to put chemicals in it to extend the shelf life. And so the reason why we have a lot of people who are sick here in the U.S. based upon the foods that they eat, and they have digestion issues and stomach ulcers and all of this, is because companies are looking at profits over people. They're looking at how can we make more money despite what it's doing to them. What label can we put on there so they don't feel so bad when they pick up the package? And I think it's up to us as parents to say, no, there has to be a better option. No, I'm not buying that. No, I don't want to deal with the results that are going to come from me feeding my child this every morning because it's quick and fast. We are all on the go here in the U.S. We all have places to be. Kids have to be in school. And there's a time frame for everything. Even when they eat lunch, they're on a schedule on how fast they eat lunch so the other kids can eat lunch. I get it. But at the same time, the value of a life and the quality of a child's life, I feel like is getting lower and lower and lower. And until we say, no, let's not do shortcuts with this, I feel like these companies in the U.S. Are going to keep manipulating what goes in our bodies, what goes in our minds, and looking at us to fix how our kids are acting and how our kids are reacting to the food they are selling. And as long as we, as a consumer, say, no, we're not going to buy it, these stores are not going to keep selling it. But we have to be educated. We have to be knowledgeable about what's going on, what's on these shelves, what are these chemicals, what are these big words. And so there is an app that I told you guys about called the Yuka app. Let me find it. YUKA. And you can literally, while you're shopping, go through the store and scan the barcode on the food, and it'll tell you the stats on the food. It'll tell you if it's healthy. It'll tell you what are the benefits. It'll tell you if it's good, if it's excellent, if it's bad, if it's poor. You can put a word search in on the product and figure out what's about it. It has recommendations on here of what you should get instead, and you could look up the product. Like, there's always an alternative. People that get pizza, you have cauliflower pizza crust, almond milk. There's another version that's better. If you like Yoplait, try Chobani. It's non-fat Greek yogurt. If your kid likes Fruit Loops, try Heart to Heart Oats by Kashi. If your child likes Honey Made cinnamon graham crackers, try Almond Nut Thins. There's so many things you can use instead of going for the foods that are not healthy. They have Lily's white chocolate style baking chips that are better than the Toll House Nestle ones that have bioengineered food labels on it. If you get the Simple Truth organic vanilla almond milk, try Silk Almond, which is a better version. Me personally, I like Simply's almond milk because it's the most basic ingredients of them all: sea salt, almonds, and spring water. Like, keep it very simple. A lot of people make their own milk. That is not my ministry. Like, the day I am in my kitchen making milk, boy, my adulting levels have gone up. But there's all of these great alternatives to what you pick in the stores, and all you have to do is scan the item. You could buy diced avocados if it's cheaper than you buying the real avocados if you don't know how to pick them well. You can get natural alpine spring water. Crystal Geyser is what I buy. I feel like that's the best water there. At Target, I like to get the mild jalapeno salsa by Good and Gather. That has a good rating, 69 out of 100. Okay, calorie count not high. Sugars are 1 gram. Sodium is 100 milligrams. No saturated fats. No additives. And it saves the history of the things so you know what's on there. It's just like a great app to have handy when you're shopping. You could become a member on there. You could search for products. I think it's a great app to use. So, yeah, I just want you guys to be informed. Do what you will with the information I provided you today. So when you go in a grocery store or you go in your kitchen and you look at the cabinet and you see all of the foods that has bioengineered on it for labeling, because that's the new GMO, you understand what it is. It's the same thing. So if you can go to a shopping supermarket like Sprouts and have some more healthier options, do that. Whole Food also has a lot of bioengineered products on its shelves, so just be mindful and read them. Look at the sticker. Okay, if you can make what you think you would want to buy yourself, make it yourself. Okay, I just want us to be healthier out here. I just want us to be more aware. If you're in pain, before you start popping a lot of pain pills, look at some natural ways to help with your pain. Maybe straining ginger, making ginger smoothies, eating more turmeric, adding honey to your foods, taking your fish oil, taking your vitamin E, and just really giving yourself and your body like a good night's rest instead of trying to do it all and going to the next day doing it all and going to the next day doing it all. You hurting or you being in pain or you having headaches is your body saying, I need a rest. I need a rest. You're doing too much. I need a rest. And when your body's talking to you, listen. Because your body will randomly shut down on you if you're not paying attention to it. My name is Shan. This is Cozy Womb Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. The next time you go in a grocery store, just be mindful and say to yourself, would I rather start taking care of myself and my body and my family now than to wait 10 years from now and have to deal with a bigger health issue that I cannot stop from coming or growing or needing surgery from? All right? Enjoy your weekend. Look at them labels. Bye.
Bye.